Oh, and he tried to hook it onto that. Oh my god. Well, see, the implements have a recommended horsepower on them, so. Well, see, at first, my first ever tractor that I purchased in this game after I got the gold nuggets was the Valtra N series, and I used that to pull the Amazon Condor, which is the biggest sower in the game, and it would go 6 miles an hour. So at first I didn't think the horsepower really meant anything, because do you know how small the N series is? Yeah, and I was using that to pull the Condor, and nothing went wrong with it. I mean, it was going just fine. So I figured, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. You know, this to me, I would actually pay $1 or two, or maybe even $3 to get interior lighting on every single vehicle. Because harvesting and driving at night in this game, I hate it because there's no lights in the vehicles. The screens don't light up. I used to be the biggest noob in this game. When I wanted to do silage, I would plant grass. It works, but if you plant corn, you get like 10 times more. What state you live in? I live in Alabama. Oh, yeah. Is there such thing as TMR? Is that like a real thing, y'all? Do you do the TMR? And grass silage straw. And you put that in the gaming community is why they did that in the game. Well, see, here's the thing. Yeah, straw is like the leftover wheat. It's just the stuff spit out the back. And huh? So if you're a wheat farmer and you also have cattle's, when you harvest, you probably cut really low, don't you? So all the straw is gotten up. Yeah, how we do, we cut. The way we do on our farm, we don't have cattle, so we actually cut wheat pretty high, so there's not as much want the wheat. That's what we're there for. And then we do no-till, so you almost don't even have to cultivate. There will be if we grow beans, the beans will eat away at the straw. There'll be bean sprouts coming up in between the straw, and then once the beans are flourishing and green, you won't even see straw anymore because it's all been decayed. So we just let nature take its course. Yeah, we haven't used a cultivator in years. I mean, we'll use a disc sometimes. Like this one I got here is a disc, but we haven't actually used a cultivator in forever because there's just so much new technology now. You don't really even need one. Now plowing and cultivating, I would understand cultivating, but unless you have a subsoiler, plowing is a very time-consuming task, I imagine. See, ours is just plant, spray, harvest. There's no, like I said, we have cultivated before, but the only times we cultivate is once we're done harvesting corn, because the corn can eradicate wheat stalks and beans can eradicate wheat stalks, but wheat cannot eradicate corn stalks. Those are a little tougher to deal with. So yeah, we have to, if we're going, yeah, we got to run over it with a disc. We got a John Deere 8-wheel 4-wheel drive, and that thing is a beast out on. It's a pretty new model. I don't know the exact model, but we got one that gets the job done. Yeah, it'll be 8400R or 8400S or something like that. How our farm is, well, it's if somebody says what model of tractor do you use, I don't tell them. I just pull up a picture because I'm like I can't tell you the exact number, but I know what tractor I'm talking about. The way our farm is, our fleet, we have 3 John Deere bullet rotor combines. We have 2 John Deere sprayers. I think they're 120 foot. We have 2 Kenworths trailer trucks, 5 Mack trailer trucks. We got 2 ton trucks, and we have 3 of our personal trucks we use. And then we have 3 headers and 3 header trailers. That is our fleet. And we have a grain system. We have 4 60,000 bushel bins. We have a 30,000 bushel bin, and now we have a new 150,000 bushel bin we put in. We have our own grain elevator. It's actually it's pretty modern stuff. And that's all right. Get in the green Valtra and hop in that planter. It's a blue planter. That red planter that's a corn planter. There should be a blue planter around there if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I think it's a Valtra T series is what it should be. I have a green. Yeah, that's not the right one. I have one. There's a Valtra. Uh-oh. Oh, is that your ping on your mini map? What is the M? What's the MS stand for? Was it milliseconds like you said, or what? Milliseconds, like, so from when you move the controls, it'll take 200 milliseconds to respond, or see, that doesn't sound that bad, but if you're trying to, is it possible to have zero? Is there like, but even stuff like 40 milliseconds, you hardly even tell a difference. Yeah, Vulture T series. That's the one. That's the planner track. That's the one that needs to be used with the planner. And make, yes, the blue one. That red one's the corn planter. Come over to field 12, and we need to start laying down some soybeans. And then the other two, I'm just wanting to have corn. And yeah, that's the field I'm planning on right now. So you're in the T series. All the fields are like all the sell points. It's kind of the point where instead of helping me, the mini map just blocks a bit of my view. So I don't need the control bar at the top, like, you know, the one where it says X detach, circle hire worker. I take that off. I take the mini map off sometimes, but when I'm streaming and people are watching, you know, I sometimes leave those up just in case they want to see what I'm pressing. Yes, start at this end. This right here was going to be corn where I'd planted, but I major screwed up the planting process, so I'm having to cultivate over these little two passes here. No, start where you are right now. The stuff that hasn't been cultivated yet's to my left, so you're at the right end. I've played this game so much to where I'm pretty sure I keep my tractor straighter than the workers do. That's actually how I feel. I just pick where you cultivate, you can see little lines in the soil. Just keep, that's why tractors have that little dot on the front of them. You just keep your eye on that, and you will. Yeah, I had 60 the other night, and it took 2 seconds, 2 full seconds for the steering to respond on in my friend's game. I hate it when I try and set cruise control and I hire a worker. Make sure it's on soybeans. It should already be preset to soybeans. I think that's what I had it as. Oh, we definitely don't want that. Radishes are, in my eyes, kind of useless because you could just go over with a sprayer. Yeah, I mean, while those radishes are growing, those could be a field of crops growing, but I'm wasting time growing radishes just to pummel them back into the ground. Oh, did you forget to lower it? And you lifted it? That's me. Every time I try and set cruise control, I'll end up hiring a worker. And that really makes me mad. Because if you accidentally hire a worker and unhire it, it shuts your machine off. One time I had a tractor with 4 tippers behind it. I was going to feed some pigs. And I was going up a hill and a great demand came on and my tractor stopped. And I had to I puttered up that hill at 3 miles per hour. And it was the hill from that red bridge all the way to the pig pen. So I was, yeah, I was getting it. Do you mainly do first person? I Yes. Well, there's the FOV settings, but I do see what you mean. I wish these mirrors would work a little better though, because the mirrors do have reflections, but you jack. Oh, when it does a little spike like that, you better hold steady on that controller, or you'll be Alright, I'm going over here to 14. Oh. I like especially cultivating after corn or sunflowers. The stalks are perfectly in a line, so that's how I keep on line when I'm cultivating over these babies. I had a crop destruction on once, and I was driving my road rage to the farm, and you know how easily that thing drifts. I lost control, and I did a full sideways drift through a field of soybeans. There was just a gash through the field. I probably only lost like $200 off of it, but you know. That's another thing I noticed about this game. If prices were realistic in this game, you would be lucky to get $3,000 off a truckload. That's a problem I have, is that they measure in liters and not bushels. That was one of my problems, because at our farm we do bushels. A truckload is 1,000 bushels around. Well, see, Giants is like an American company, so is le oh. Hmm. Do you know where this map is supposedly located? I heard it was like South Carolina somewhere, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's a wrong ridge marker. Oh, in real life, pretty much all I've done, I've driven. My summer job is loading and unloading trucks when they come to the scales, and I'll pull them on and pull them off. Because once I unload a truck, I park it, and then once another truck comes, they'll park it by the scales, and then just go get in the other truck and take off. So I'll move the truck up, then pull it off. So that's pretty much my summer job: unloading trucks. I spent 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours on the mower today, on the zero turn, mowing the pasture, mowing my uncle's yard, mowing my other uncle's yard, mowing the shop yard, mowing along the road, and that thing was bumpy. So yep, 3.5 hours on a zero turn. That's not really a good day. I do like mowing. Yeah, our zero turns a John Deere, but it's just not the it doesn't have a steering wheel. It's just those two joysticks. But what really ticked me off is Dad. He had one of his workers go bush hog the pasture, and he only bush hogged half the pasture and then left. So I had to do the rest of the pasture. That could have been done with a 20-foot bush hog with a 4-foot zero turn. But I didn't care because I was clocked in. I was on payroll, so I was gonna do it. You know, see, I had to open up the grain elevator last week and clean out all the rotten grain that was in the bottom of it. It had rained, so it was a rotten grain pile with like maggots in it, and it stunk to high heaven. But I didn't mind it because I was on payroll, and plus it was really easy. You just pretty much you got to put on latex gloves. That's a must, because if not, your hands are screwed. You have to go chop them off. But had to put those on. I cleaned out the bottom of that grain elevator, and this summer I accidentally overfilled the hopper. We were transferring grain from the bin to the funnel that's above the scales where trucks pull under, and I wasn't paying attention, and that thing overflowed. So grain got everywhere, and then when it rained, all that grain rotted. So we spent an hour we spent an hour yesterday cleaning that up after I had cleaned out the grain elevator 2 days prior. So it's pretty much just been kind of a cleanup week. But as long as I just punch my card in, I don't care what my job is. Alright, how are you on seeds over there? Alright, how much is that? 'Cause it was like 1900 when you got in. I'm pretty sure. I know it was around that. Oh, okay, so you're pretty good. Looks like you are on your second to last pass, maybe. Just checking you on the mini map here. Shoot, I'm gonna pressure wash this. Is there really any sense in pressure washing the cultivators? Because the cultivators are the machines that just dig into the dirt. Is it lagging for you again? Crap. Well, see, here's the thing. It doesn't lag when I'm on other people's. I mean, it does a little bit for me, but, it doesn't lag that much on mine. Hmm. 50's probably the 60 megabytes a second. Is that what it was? That's pretty good. That's pretty much like what uh, a gigabyte. I wish, to be honest, this game did have bigger fields, because even Field 5 is not the size of your average farm field. Your average farm field, it goes like, I know one of our fields is at least as big as probably this entire map. I have done a little bit on Lossberg. I'm helping my friend on the Who Dat Hooder Ranch, and then I sometimes do some forestry on Emerald Valley logging. The biggest field I've seen so far is Mustang Valley Ranch. Have you seen that map? Oh dear God. Well, see, Mustang Valley is kind of boring because it's just two fields, pretty much. I downloaded it just to see what it was like, and the field prices were like 72 million. And I was like, that's all I need. I'm out. Yeah, I just finished up 14, and then I don't know what next. Yes. No, no, no. Go get the corn planter. These two fields I'm wanting to do some chaff on. You know, start a little bit of silage, do something just besides row crop. Well, corn is row crop, but you know what I mean. Did you say there were two arcade machines in Goldcrest? Oh, you know what I wish you could do is like ride passengers in these vehicles. Like we go somewhere in the truck and have one person sitting in the passenger seat, two people in the back, one up front. Little kid seat. One I'm in here's got one too. The chair in this tractor looks like a gaming chair. It's mainly black. It's got red shoulder pads and just like red going down. I remember before we got tractors with kiddie seats, I remember I used to have to ride on the armrest, and that was not really pleasant. See, I think, you know, hey, the seat has suspension, and I'm sitting on the armrest, which is part of the seat, but the armrest does not have its own suspension. And that's just a seat, so at the times you're not hitting your head on the roof, you're slamming your feet on the floor. Right, I probably have, if I were to guess, maybe 3 more passes down here. I was going to try and get it done in 2, but that's probably not going to happen. After we get this planted, you want to do something on one of your maps? Is there anything you need help with? Because that's what I did last night. I logged on and I helped Shane with some of his stuff. We harvested a big plot of soybeans. All right. Because you know the people that get on and help me, I like to help them too. Let's see. Hire a worker. That's how Lossburg is. Those fields, the workers will cut like a small rectangle and then they'll just be done. Like, you know what? I quit. I need to get a course play. Have you heard of that? You like hire workers to take stuff to selling points. You can program routes for tractors. You can hire. See, I wish PS4 had like the online mod hub, because you know the squad and Spencer TV, they can get like helicopters and RVs, and I wish we could get that. I don't know what mod hub it is, but I wish I had it. That's not due to the lag though, is it? See, I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know how to fix it because it doesn't show my ping. Pressure washing is kind of awkward in this game. You got to put your index finger on the circle and then use your thumb to move to look around. What's the sower didn't turn on? Alright, I'm wondering, when do you want to hop onto your map? Should we do it after you're done planting, or do you want me to speed up the time and wait for the crops to grow and we harvest and then go? All I really want to do is just get the well, the only thing I'll be able to harvest at the moment is soybeans. So we'll just do it right after you're done with planting, because I gotta go rent a forager if we want to do silage, and that'll be a whole nother episode. One unfortunate thing I found out, if you place a building down in grass and then sell it, the grass will never grow back at that spot. And it doesn't matter if you like create a field and plant grass there. It just it won't. And if you use the concrete leveler on anything, the grass won't grow there. Oh, you know what I could do while you're finishing up? I got some No, I'll use my truck, make it faster. I got some sheep to check on. Just run over to backside of field 11 real quick. Yeah, I forgot about the time difference. It's 10:50 here right now. Ooh, that's fun. Do you take your PS4 with you? Oh. Alright, sheep are still doing alright. Pigs are doing well still. I got this automated feeding system set up here by the sheep to where I have belts connecting a pile of grass to the feeding trough, so whenever it runs low, the belt automatically pours grass into it. So all I gotta do is just dump grass in the pile, and then that'll last them for about like an in-game month, I'm pretty sure, because the grass pile is pretty big. Such a what? No, I'm just using belts from the default game. Yeah, I just have belts set up. I tried to do that mod called like the Juno or something. It was like a vacuum for the animal troughs. That piece of that ain't worth crap. I wish I could. I would just run over crops and it would spit them out in another direction. Like I needed to spit it out back into the trough, but it wouldn't do that. So, you know, there's that. Let's park my truck right here. Wish you could go inside the house though. I know you can in a Platinum Edition. They have like a sort of a villa you can go into. It's a pretty big house though. That South American one. Welker Farm. That's like a. Is it based? It's based on a real farm. Do they use like Google Earth imagery to make it 100% accurate, or how do they do that? Whoa. Oh, but do they like if the farm had a modern style grain elevator? Would they have a grain elevator as a machines the same? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a good bit. I'm going off to sell just like a little bit of soybeans, like 4,000 liters, but they're at a really good price right now, so I'm headed to the Denton Bakery. And then maybe you should be planning by the time I get back. and then we can do some on your map for a little bit. What was it? What are you doing right now, Lone Oak? I'm not sure. I can download it while you're getting your game set up. What mods am I gonna need? Let's see, the bakery's kind of hard to pull into on trailer trucks. You gotta do, yeah, a fish hook. I try and do it in first person as much as I can. You almost kind of gotta hop the curb a little bit. It is unbelievably easy to jackknife in first person. Especially with this BSM trailer, they hardly fit onto the scales. Like, part of the trailer is hanging midair off the back. Goodness, I made 12,000 just off of 4,000 liters. Yeah, especially because I'm playing an easy, so. Oh. This one is easy just because it's my Let's Play for YouTube. But my real map, or my you could say off-camera map, I do normal. Right. How are you on planning? I'm headed back now from the bakery. Alright. Okay, that car turned. Alright. I just passed the grain silos and I'm coming up on the barn, so I'm gonna be pulling in right here. Only problem I have with playing realistically is every time I try and turn on my blinker, I end up switching vehicles. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this turn right here. But my friend does a lot of GTA roleplay, so he's used to driving by the rules and stuff. So in this game, turn signals, stop signs, you stop on railroad tracks. We do it as realistically as we can, and it's actually quite enjoyable. Just one. What's your ping right now? Oh, that is not good. Good night. It's hopping all over the place, isn't it? Well, it can sense you're trying to get something done. Right, I'm just going to park the combine over here. I won't be needing that for probably a good bit. I wish the throttle would move back and forth though. Interior lighting, I hope. Moving parts. Yes. And maybe on the PC version, like you have a active cab, so you can like move your mouse over the throttle and you click and hold and drag to move maybe. Alright, so we got all that planning done. Nice. Oh shoot. Okay, we still got that to do. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I never used field 19. I don't even know what's on it right now. What's on field 19? Harvested. Okay. I'll handle that some other time. I just use that as like my pig field. I'll put beets on there. Right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna spray field 12. Just so get that 90% boost on soybeans. You know, if you ever run out of fuel, if you reset it to the shop, it puts 20 gallons in your tank. And if you lose fuel, in a pickup truck, you know 20 gallons is actually just about half a tank. It's like 33% of a tank. So, but it only works if you're out of fuel. If you still have fuel, then it won't do it. One of the hard things to remember about turning off automatic engine start, if you leave a vehicle and forget to cut it off, yeah, you're screwed. Okay, I may barely. Go ahead. Yeah, that's why I turn it off. And especially if I accidentally switch vehicles while I'm driving, I gotta stop in the road. I gotta wait for the vehicle to restart. If I accidentally switch while driving on this, I'll switch back and it'll still be running. Or if I gotta get out and move some equipment real quick, or it's just a variety of things. And I'm about out of liquid fertilizer. I gotta go back to the shed over here and refill that. Have you thought of starting a Let's Play on your channel? It's like what I'm doing right now. Like you just make a bunch of episodes on you playing Farming Simulator. Like I just started a new game and just started recording every time I played on it. That's pretty much what a Let's Play is. It's not the... $70 gig on what? Your phone? Or this? Oh, yeah. I was about to say, if you have used 70 gigabytes on a phone, I'm not even sure that's possible. My average is probably 8 or 9 gigs a month. Well, I'm always checking YouTube because people comment, or new subscribers. YouTube takes up data, and then there's this app called iFunny. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. It's like it's a meme app pretty much. Same here, Droid Max. What type's yours? Mine's like a really old version, just a Droid Max. Is all mine is. Motorola Flip. Yeah. My uncle, he had a Motorola. He had a Motorola Flip until just a couple years ago. I mean, it was just pretty much all he needed. Okay. What's that, like video photo storage, or? Alright. How are you on plan? It looks like you're about halfway. That's alright. My Yes. Oh, hold on. You haven't even I haven't even like paid you yet. Let's see. You can have a well. I think next time you join the game, you'll have that money in your account. I think so. Let's see. It's not even letting me donate to you, I don't think. Let's see. Permissions of other players, separate account. There we go. That's your pay for the day. Imagine if that was real life, 10,000 bucks a day. You could retire in a year. That's 3,560,000, or no, $3,650,000 a year. Like it's like, hey, yeah, I retired last week. Oh, really? How long you been working? About 6 months. My pay at the farm's 8 an hour. That's my wage. But when you work 12-hour days, it stacks up. Yes, and sometimes 6. Sometimes we got to go in a little bit on Saturday, but some of the days they're 14-hour work days, but sitting in an air-conditioned room waiting for trucks to come. That's not as grueling as cleaning rotten grain from a leg. It just turns out what the tasks are for that day. Some days I won't sweat a drop, and then, some days I'll have to ride in the back of the truck. Oh, what do you work at? Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. So I guess you are Timothy Sayers, the dude that was you brought up the discussion about how city boys trade manure. I remember we had that pretty lengthy discussion that night. Yep, I do. I was watching that stream a few nights ago. Yep. Yeah. oh, yep. You grew up on the Atari, or no? You're older than that. So you're 60. You don't sound 60. Oh wow. Just the sound of your voice, I'd say maybe mid 30s. You know. Yeah. And then I'm 14 and I probably sound like I'm around 20. Just I watched uh I watched one of my past videos, not on my channel, but stuff I'd saved on my iPad. It's like, "What's up, guys? It's Spencer here." And I don't exactly remember what I was doing, but I sounded like Superman. Yeah, a little high pitched. Yep. I remember I used to fake having a deep voice just because I thought it was cool, and then now I'm like, my voice is deeper than even I used to fake. Like my voice is it's gotten super deep. The lowest I could make my voice is probably around this, and then it went just my voice would crack or something, and then now I'll go high. Yeah. Let's see here. We got everything in check. Headers there. This doesn't really need washing since it's made to get dirty. I just wish those tire blocks wouldn't always appear there. It does that on the header trailer too. Well, yeah, 'cause on flat land like this, especially, stuff just doesn't roll away. Alright, I don't see... That's sad. I'm giving you a wash down. Yeah. Is there even a pressure washer in my hands right now? Can you see it? Can you see the water? Or can you see the mist or anything? Huh. That's weird. I probably just cut all your limbs off. Because I was I was pressure washing you pretty good. I don't reckon that header's that dirty. No, I can't. That's weird. I wish you could. Can you see my chainsaw? Is it rotating? Alright, well, you asked for it. You're dead now, bud. I'm gonna take you up there to Riot Agribusiness, just dump you off in those woods. Oh, a hard hat and headphones and a face mask just appeared on you. I didn't know it did that. You're wearing like you're wearing earmuffs. Like it looks like a mosquito net, but it's probably just for grass or wood chippings. Yeah, that sounded stupid. I'm using a chainsaw to cut my grass. Gotta get down nice and low. First time ever. To show you the power of flex tape, I sawed this truck in half. Shh. There we go. I don't know. That's something I wish they would add, is that vehicles could take damage. You know, so it gave you a reason not to drive recklessly and go 70 down the highway. FS19 is probably gonna have so many realism features. That's what I'm looking forward to. Decay. I hear like it'll be like paint scratching sort of. You reckon I could find that on YouTube? 'Cause I would actually like to watch that. I know they put the live trailer launch on YouTube, but I hear they're also adding gators, maybe, like a ranger. As a mod. Oh, we have two Polaris Gators, just two-door, and then we have a four-door Ranger. That's our duck hunting gator. Is it cabless? I think I know which one you're talking about. That's like the gators you always see at the Little League baseball parks dragging the field. One of those? Huh. Ooh. And it's a 6-wheel, so it's got 4 wheels under the bed. That is nice. Right, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream, and then maybe we can do something on your map in a little bit. But I'm just gonna end it. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here.